Good morning, evening, and good night. Welcome back to the Amateur Hour. This is the Amateur Hour, episode 2. Let's get started. So, the Cleveland Browns, they've been making some really exciting offseason moves, and I'll tell you if they can get a couple wins this upcoming 2018 season. It is the year of the World Cup, the 4th year, and it's been one hell of a ride for us soccer fans, and I'll break it down for you. Don't worry. Okay, so this last week or weekend, LeBron James was a free agent and became a Laker. He signed a deal with the Lakers, and it made me piss my pants. I'll tell you what I think about it. I'll tell you my amateur opinion as always. Let's get started, everyone.
Calvin Sounds.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
So the Cleveland Browns, I want to lead off with this because they've been making some really exciting offseason moves, and I really think they can not double their total wins from last season, because that'd still be 0, but they can definitely get some more wins, I believe, with their off-season moves. But let me throw out some facts for you. Hugh Jackson, he has been head coach for 3 years, and that's good for the team because it creates some stability. You know, they've been jumping from coach to coach, and that's no good. Like, they needed to establish an offense, defense, and overall, like, just team camaraderie. You know, like, they need one leader that'll lead them, and I really think Hugh Jackson's a good person for that. We know he's been an offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals and for the Oakland Raiders, and I think he's even served a year as head coach for the Oakland Raiders. And in that year he went 8-8, which isn't good. You know, you still shouldn't be pleased with that, but it definitely is better than 0-16. And for the Cleveland Browns, they'll be happy with 3 wins. Come on now, don't fool yourselves. Anyway, last season they had Deshaun Kaiser, a first-year rookie, as QB1, which is no good for any team. I don't care how good your coach is. You know, you shouldn't be starting your rookie QB in for the first season. And he had no protection, which is even worse. You know, it's just gonna rattle him and get him scared. Anyway, they have Tyrod Taylor. They picked him up in this offseason, which isn't still a great QB, but he definitely is better than Deshaun Kaiser, and he is established. He's quick on his feet, so that will help with the poor offensive line. And if Hugh Jackson is a good head coach as he is, then he'll make something happen for Tyrod Taylor. Because they also picked up in the draft Nick Chubb, which is also he's a good running back, and he made some really big plays for his college football team. And you know, they're going to need an explosive player, a really tough, gritty player like him. You know, he can break some tackles and he's hard to take down. That'll really help with the poor offensive line. And for Tyrod Taylor, you know, if they have a strong running game, then that'll help any QB. You know, they also picked up Jarvis Landry, which again isn't a great, but he is a good wide receiver. He seems really motivated. He's a hard worker from what I saw from him when he was with the Miami Dolphins, you know. And if Hugh Jackson, if he's a good offensive coordinating mind, then you know he can make something happen with these players, you know, like hard working, good for what they have right now. You know, they just need to make something happen. Anyway, that's my team that can't double their wins because that'll still be 0, but they can definitely get some wins this season, I believe. That's my amateur opinion. Anyway, enough of the Cleveland Browns. Who wants to talk about them, you know? Something more interesting is the World Cup, you know? Oh my gosh. There was one group in specific who was really exciting, and that was Mexico's group, who had Germany, Sweden, Japan, and obviously Mexico. It was a toss-up, you know, who was going to play, who was going to be first. And Germany, you know, everyone was expecting Germany because obviously they're a hard hitter. They're a good team, always have been, and it was a surprise to everyone that they didn't make round of 16 this what would you call it, season, I guess, I don't know, because obviously they're a good team, and let me tell you why they didn't make it. It's because they got stagnant. That is their problem, is that they're a good team and have been, and when that happens, you do become stagnant. We see this in the Golden State Warriors. They've made it for what, 3 years, I believe. They made the finals 3 years in a row. They become stagnant. Like you see players tweeting after the season ended, like, oh, you don't know what was going on, and shout out to Steve Kerr, who was their head coach, like, for putting up with their crap, because they're veterans, you know, who have made it to the finals for consecutive years back to back, and they just don't want to be coached, you know. They feel like they know it all, and we can see this in Germany, you know. Like, they've just become stagnant, you know. I don't want to say they become like expectant of making it, but they definitely did become stagnant. And Mexico and Sweden were just really hot teams. They were good teams this year, and to be honest, they did get lucky. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, who can't use a little luck, you know. They got lucky because Japan, I believe, scored 3 goals in the last 6 minutes of playing Germany, and that's what put them over the top. Mexico and Sweden. That's what made them excel in the round of 16, and it doesn't matter anyway, because Brazil beat Mexico, which is really disappointing for me, because I was rooting for Mexico. My grandparents are from Mexico, but I was glad Brazil won, because I am a Brazil fan. Every time I play FIFA, I do pick Brazil to play with, and however, I saw them play against Belgium, and unfortunately they did lose. However, I was really disappointed because Brazil was flopping all over the place. All over the place, especially Neymar. Like, come on now. I don't know anything about soccer, but like, there comes a point in time where you just need to nut up, get the ball, and score. Now, come on now. Like, be aggressive. Don't flop all over the place. Be a smart player, but you can be an aggressive one too. Sometimes aggressiveness beats wisdom, if you want to call it that. I don't know. And that was really disappointing. I want to give big credit to the referees, because I would follow for all of their flops. I would be giving yellow cards all over the place. Penal, 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 penal. Yeah. And of course, saving best for last, LeBron James is a Laker, officially signed a 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers, and I cannot be more excited. I was gonna sit up here and talk about how we needed to recruit Paul George in order to hire LeBron James. However, that was not necessary, because we got LeBron James without him. Like, and I was really sad about losing Paul George, but I don't care anymore, because we have LeBron James. Paul George can stay with his boy Russell Westbrook over there in OKC, and props to them, but they can lose in the first round of the playoffs every season for all I care. Who cares? We have LeBron James, and now I don't even care who we get, because I know whoever we get, LeBron James will make it work. He made it work in Cleveland, and you don't think he's gonna make it work over here in Los Angeles? Come on now, don't fool yourselves. Come on now. And it's not like because we do have our strong core, which consists of Kyle Kuzma, Zubac, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo. However, they did do a good job of acquiring veteran players as well, such as Rajon Rondo, however you want to say, I don't know, KCP, Lance Stevenson, JaVale McGee. Those are all established players, like really good players, and if you give them to LeBron, that's a starting 5 right there, and that's a good team right there. I don't know if it'll go, I don't know how they'll do against Golden State or even Chris Paul's Rockets, but we will be a good team. We will make the playoffs next season. Mark my word. Next season, when the Lakers are in the playoffs, I will play this clip back, and I will be right. Mark my word. LeBron is LeBron. You can't doubt him. I tried doubting him this last season, and he made it to the finals. Don't fool yourselves. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a LeBron fan. In fact, I hated him for the longest. However, I watched Colin Cowherd, and that fool adores LeBron James. He's standing up for him every chance he gets, and he actually like convinced me that I should be a fan of LeBron. Like, no matter what team he plays for, whether it's the Los Angeles Lakers or the Boston Celtics or even the Clippers, like, I should be a fan because he is creating history. He is a really great player, phenomenal. Like, there's a reason he is in the conversation of being the greatest of all time, you know. And I could not be more excited having him here in Los Angeles, you know. Let's fucking go. I mean, what better way to end your career here than here in Los Angeles? Beautiful, sunny Los Angeles. Thank you, LeBron. Can't wait for this upcoming season. So now I think I am officially okay, like I have been for like the last maybe 2 years. He was in Cleveland, a fan of LeBron James, and this past season I did want him to beat the Warriors, and I do like the Warriors a lot. I like them as a team. I like what they're doing, but I wanted LeBron to win because of the player he is. You know, he works so hard and deserves to be he deserves more championships, and that's why I like the move to Los Angeles a lot more. He has a better chance to winning him over here, and I'm happy to say I'm officially a LeBron fan. Don't hate me, but I am. What else can I say? He's here in the Los Angeles Lakers. What am I gonna do? Keep hating him? No, I can't. That's ridiculous. I can't call myself a sports fanatic if I don't like LeBron. Come on now. So in recap, I made a bold statement about the Cleveland Browns. They will not go 0 for 16 next season. They will get at least 2 wins. Mark my words. That's not great, but to the Cleveland standards, they'll take it. Don't fool yourselves. Come on now. I explained the conspiracy theory behind the World Cup. I hope you liked that. And most importantly, LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers, made a bold statement about that too. We're going to make the playoffs, and when we do, I'll play back this clip of me predicting we made the playoffs. Don't fool yourselves, we will. Whether it's the 1st or 8th seed, we'll make it. Don't fool yourselves. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Quick shout out to my sources, Ruben Martinez, Carlos Rocha, Kevin Law, for giving me all the information I need to know about the World Cup or the NBA, whatever's going on. Shout out to them, big help. As always, comment down in the comment section whether you think I'm right or whether you think I'm wrong. Please tell me if you think I'm wrong. We can argue about it. I will go head to head. Give you a shout out and be like, you know what, this guy has a good point, and we can argue if you want. Thumbs up if you think I'm right, thumbs down if you think I'm wrong. I'll see you next week, maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Still don't know what I'm doing. It's still shaky. Get out of here.